Hi everybody, it's Gail. I just wanted to pop on and show you a small paper pack that I just listed in my Etsy store. It's called an ink saver, and that's what it's meant to do, is save you colored ink in your printer. It's also good for those who might have a printer that doesn't print in color. It's just a black and white printer. So what these images enable you to do is put your own colored paper in your printer, whether it's a dyed paper, just a colored paper that you've purchased, coffee, tea stain paper, anything that you know will go through your printer. And please be mindful that you do know what goes through your printer as far as paper types. I know what I can put through my printer, and I'm also, I've been doing this for a number of years, so I'm kind of aware of what risks I'm willing to take and which ones I'm not. So please just be mindful of that when you're printing on different papers. So let me just run through. What I want to do is, I printed them out just on white cheap copy paper, and just to show you how they look if you printed them on cheap white copy paper. So we've got a collage sheet with some different vintage images. This is a vintage French embroidery magazine. It had, it's quite large. It has patterns in it for people who embroider, and it's just a wonderful magazine, and I love this design. So I added that into the kit. This is from an early 1900s music book. So it had all kinds of sheet music and music exercises and advertisements and articles about music. So I added that. Here's another one where I did like a French invoice and a ledger sheet, and then just some other vintage images, and kind of just collaged them on the sheet. So you could use it as a journal page, or you can use it as a tear sheet, cut it up to collage. This is some vintage wallpaper that I have, and I scanned it, and this looks really pretty on colored paper, and I'll show you in just a moment. And then this is just another collage sheet with some different vintage images, some patterns, some florals, and then just a couple little fussy cut images. Now, actually, let me bring these back so you can see. I'll compare them. So on this one here, I printed it on a colored copy paper. It's a pack of pastel papers. I found them at Walmart. They're really cheap. They come in multiple colors in the package, and of different like pink, yellow, purple, green, blue. But I throw them on my staining table when I'm staining papers, because as they come out of the package, they're way too bright for me. So just to show you, I stain them and I tone the colors way down. So that look nice. I love that way that green turns out. So that's that image. And then this is the wallpaper, and I printed that on some avocado dyed paper. And this paper, actually, I like the way it's almost an ombre. It's darker and then it goes to lighter. And then the back of it is just plain. So again, this could be used as a journal page. So that's the wallpaper. This one I printed on just my regular stained 20-pound copy paper. So that's just the back of it, just showing you that it's stained. And then you can see how the stains come through the images. This one, now I know not everybody's going to have this particular paper. This I found in an antique shop. It was a pad of vintage writing. It was a vintage writing pad with blank paper in it, and it's a nice heavy weight, and it's got that lovely aged paper color. So like I said, I know not everybody's going to have that, but you might have something similar. So I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to give you ideas of how it looks printed on different papers. So I just kind of grabbed what I had laying around. This one I printed on, again, some tea stain paper that's got a polka dot pattern on it. And I printed it on the lighter side so that the darker polka dots didn't compete with the text and everything. So I like the way that turned out. I like the way the polka dots mimic the circles of the pattern. So that's that one. And then the last one, again, a collage sheet, images, vintage, you know the drill. And I printed that on tracing paper. And again, this was tracing paper that I just threw on my staining table when I was doing a large batch of papers. And I really like the way that came out. You can see it against my background here, how you can see through it. So this would be fun. I think what I would do with this, I would use this as a tear sheet and glue them on or decoupage them onto something in my journal. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on and show you this little kit and some of the things you could do with it. You know, you could also take these images and print them in different sizes. Now you have to print them smaller. If you go too large, these are great quality. And you might be able to go larger with some of these images, but not by much and not lose the quality. But you can almost always go smaller and keep your quality. So, you know, if you've got small things, small ephemera that you're working on, like pockets or tags, and you needed the image smaller, you could certainly choose some different printing sizes in your printer and print some of these smaller journal cards. Oh, and by the way, this one, because it was dyed, it had a wrinkled edge, and the first two sheets I ironed it, but the wrinkled edge, you can, I think you can see it here. See how wavy it is? Jammed in my computer. It was no big deal. I just opened the computer, took the paper out. So then the light bulb went off, and I thought, well, wait a minute, just trim one edge so you can see I've got a much nicer, straighter edge, and that went through the printer no problem. But it is now about an 8 by 10, which again, I don't have a problem with that. So I just thought I'd throw that little tip out there. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Stay creative. Bye.